Peter asked me to talk about the case for AI optimism. Let me start out by quoting one of my favorite sayings, and that is, the one thing that's hard to predict is the future. But on that note, I'm an optimist. I believe in entrepreneurship. I believe in innovation. And thanks to innovation, we live in a much better world, this generation than we did the generation before, and so on. Thanks to innovation, we can sit 30,000 feet in the air, in the comfort of our chair, air-conditioned, have 3-course meal, maybe a wine pairing, while you check your email. And maybe that's a very banal example, but to me that is astonishing. And I think that's an example of the human ingenuity and how humans has been able to wrestle and shape almost the forces of nature to our advantage. And as we talk about technology now, AI is fundamentally going to transform the world we live in further. It's probably the most capable technology, the most powerful technology that we've ever seen. And what does that mean? Well, it's hard to predict what it's going to mean, but at least one thing that I think is fair to say is that anything that computers and AI can do better than humans will be automated. And anything that computers cannot do, we create a fertile soil for a range of new jobs, that is hard for us to predict and envision exactly what is. But the sticky question, of course, is where is that boundary? What is for computers to do, and where do the human need to step in? And before we dive into that question, I think it's helpful to think through a little bit the way we describe AI technology today. And one of my pet peeves is that we use so many words that describe human-like qualities to AI. For example, our models, neural networks, supposedly simulating the way the brain works. But every time I speak with somebody that really knows how the brain works, says, we really don't know anything. So it's a lot more marketing than real substance. And we toss around words like learning, hallucination, reasoning. These are human qualities. And we use those words to describe algorithm. And I think that is problematic. And it confuses the discussion for what we can expect from AI in the future. And if I think about what AI really does, what is it that AI or computer really do? They process large amount of data, extremely fast, extremely efficient. Billions and billions of data points they can process without sleep and with perfect memory. And all those processing, they can then convert into pattern recognition. They can find patterns. And a human can find patterns in 2 dimensions, 3 dimensions. Once we hit 4 and 5 dimensions, we drop off very quickly. But a computer can find patterns, not only in 4 and 5 dimensions, but in 1,536 dimensions, or 3,000 dimensions. And they can do that effortlessly. And that is the power of computers and AI. It's able to learn from data and generalize from data and find patterns. But what is really learning is curve fitting. It's really curve fitting, right? And all of us know curve fitting, or we used to call it regression analysis, and that feels a little more grounded and a little bit less scary. But if you think about the case for optimism going forward, I believe AI's ability to find patterns in all these dimensions open up enormous new opportunities. One is large language models. The reason why large language model works is that AI is able to find patterns that we were not able to articulate in our grammar rules and so on. That's the reason why we have software today that write jokes, that write poetry, that write essays. Because it apparently was less computationally challenging than we actually thought. But building on those capabilities, building on those pattern recognition capabilities, we will do amazing discoveries going forward. Amazing discoveries in mathematics, amazing discoveries in chemistry, in material science, in biology, proteins, medicine, and so on. And there's no question that with the aid of AI, we will solve some of the biggest problems we are facing. Diseases, energy needs, batteries that is outwardly compared to what we're used to, and of course all the health, or climate issues that we are facing. So that is the reason why I'm optimistic. I think it's a strong case for being optimistic, and maybe, arguably, that AI is not only a positive thing, but a necessary thing for everything that we have in front of us. Thank you.
Thank you.